But it's such a good feeling to be able to raise your own food. Hi everyone! So I thought I'd make a quick little video here showing you some of the food preserving that I've been doing recently. I'll just stick it in between my usual Wednesday videos. Some of the reason for that is in case you're living in an area like we are, right now is the time to buy some of this food if you want to preserve it or harvest it out of your own garden like we did some of ours. As you probably know, we have a new garden this year. I had skipped a number of years. I of course grew up with gardening, but skipped a number of years recently here with starting up this business and just being too busy, and I just kind of pined for one again. So this year we have a new one. We created it down in our field, and yes, we did battle a lot of weeds. I know a first-year garden is often that way. I was kind of expecting it, but we did end up getting some harvest out of it. I feel, we learned a lot too, like in the future I'd be doing some things differently. But again, I was kind of expecting that too. But it's such a good feeling to be able to, raise your own food. I think that'll always kind of be ingrained in me to enjoy that. The first thing I'll show here is freezer pickles. These have always been one of my favorites. They're so good with, sandwiches or even just eating them just the way they are without anything else. Here I'm pulling up some onions. For these freezer pickles, you want your cucumbers to be really small. It's even good for them to have those little spikes on them yet, like if they're really small. I like them to be, under 2 inches, I guess you could say, thick. I'm using my king cutter, which I love for something like this, to slice everything. Here I'm making a syrup of vinegar and sugar, some other ingredients. These are so easy to make. Basically, you just add the syrup to the cucumbers and onions, mix everything together, and they actually keep in your refrigerator for weeks, but you can also freeze them, and they're good once you thaw them. They're still kind of fresh tasting. We actually like these so much, I didn't even get them into little containers to freeze them. We just ate them all before they had to be frozen. Another favorite of ours is what we call cucumber salad. Again, it's sliced cucumbers and onions, and then you make like a white sauce using mayo, sugar, and milk. I don't really have a recipe for it. Didn't get any video footage besides I had intended to put it on Instagram. That's why it's the other way here. Don't think I ever got that done, but it's definitely something you guys have to try if you haven't. It's so good. Another thing I wanted to mention here in the video is zucchini. Here John is grating some, again using the king cutter. We grate it and then we freeze it. And if you guys grow your own zucchini, you know that it's just endless. Once they start blooming, you just basically have a supply all summer long. Sometimes I don't even know what to do with it. To eat it fresh out of the garden, we'll roast it in the oven or grill it. Sometimes I'll lightly fry it in a pan. And some of our favorite baked goods are zucchini bread, breakfast cookies, and bars. I didn't get a video of me making any of these, but the breakfast cookies we freeze, and then as we need them, we'll take them out and put them in the microwave, or just thaw them on the counter until they're ready to eat. They're really good and fulfilling. The last thing I'll show here in this video is peach slush. I was to Harvey's Farm Market to get some fruit. The syrup for this slush consists of white grape peach juice. It's definitely got a few ingredients here that I don't really like, but being that there's going to be sugar in here anyway, I guess it's not just completely healthy. But I still love the idea when I'm making things that I actually know, what's in here. Here I'm peeling peaches. I'm going with about a half a bushel. These will be chopped later on. I put them in cold water as I'm peeling them so they don't turn brown on me. And if you've never tried this, you definitely should. It's such a refreshing thing to eat during the winter time, especially when you're kind of craving something like this. I mean, of course it's not like your fresh summer fruit, but it's still really refreshing, and it's such an easy dessert to set out maybe if you have company and just need a little something to add to your meal. I didn't get a video of this, but I cut up 4 pineapples, cut them in small bite-sized pieces. When mixing this fruit together, you really can just guess whatever amounts that you want. I think, again, for myself, I have about a half a bushel of peaches, 4 pineapples, and probably around 2 to 3 quarts of blueberries. Since my bowl got kind of full with the fruit here, I'm putting it in 2 separate bowls so that I can mix it better. I'm just guessing for my syrup, how much I want to add. It's really just optional, like if you want it more runny, that'll work. Since it'll be frozen anyway, it's going to be more of a slush than to eat it. I'm using quite the assortment of containers that I'll be freezing this slush in. I have some Cool Whip containers and then also some random other freezer containers. Nothing will look really pretty here, but it'll work. Of course, there's always an accumulation of dishes when you have a project like this going on. I don't have a dishwasher, a lot of you guys ask, so I wash everything by hand. I hope this video was inspiring or maybe motivating to you to maybe do some of your own food preserving. I can't wait to continue doing this, especially in the fall time. It's always a good time of the year to do that, and I'll try to share some of that with you as I work on stocking up our freezer and our canning room. As always, I hope your day is going great. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.